Hi everyone, I'm Frankie.
Hello, I'm Danny.
Today we're going to continue where we left off last time, and we had this big, long speech from Anna last time, right?
Yes.
Do you remember what that was about?
We talk about three countries.
Yeah.
The attitude toward the Napoleon.
Yeah.
So England, they will just do business, right?
Right.
And then
Austria and Prussia, kind of neutral. Right.
And then Prussia think Napoleon is very
too strong.
Too strong.
Yeah.
We cannot defend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And then we saw again the impetuosity of Anna, which means kind of like she's just changing herself.
Yeah, sadly caused.
Yeah, correct. And then let's see who's talking next. I think, said the prince with a smile, that if you're being sent instead of our dear, which in the throne, you would have captured the king of Prussia's consent by assault. You're so eloquent. Will you give me a cup of tea? Okay, so...
Prince said.
Yeah. So the prince is Prince Vasily, right?
Yeah, princess.
And then again, let's see how he deals with Anna. Okay. So first of all, so we know that he's saying something about like what she said, and it says that if you had been sent instead of this guy, so this is a person's name, right? You would have captured the king of Prussia's consent by assault. So this guy probably went from Russia. This is probably from Russia to the king of Prussia. We already know that Prussia is kind of like scared of doing anything because of Bonaparte.
Yeah.
And so she's saying that if Anna went instead of this person, she would have captured the king of consent. Consent to do what? Maybe to be together with Russia for war, go together with Russia for war. Who knows?
What does consent mean?
Consent means agreement. Like
agreement.
Yeah.
Captured means catch, right?
Captured? Yeah, capture means to get the king's consent.
Consent.
Right.
Maybe get his agreement.
Right.
By
assault means attack, but he's kind of like saying Anna's way of saying something is kind of like almost like too forward to someone, right? She's kind of like almost attacking.
Persuade.
You can think of persuasion, right? You can think of that, yeah. But anyway, so sorry about that. So you're so eloquent. So he's congratulating her, right? She's saying, "Oh, you speak so well."
Eloquent means speak so well.
Yeah,
good
speaks very well, right?
Good at persuading people.
Yes, but then my question to you again: do you think he really mean this?
No.
Right. How do you know that?
Because it's impossible.
No, it's just because we know kind of person Princess, right?
Prince just say something. Oh, in the beginning, the writer said Prince, even he don't know what he talk.
Yes, and plus we know he's always trying to please Anna, right?
Yeah.
He's always trying to like he may say something just to make sure Anna feels comfortable about that, right? So we know. So he maybe just saying this just to make her feel okay, right?
Yes.
Because she apparently stopped, and maybe she kind of like thought that maybe she said too much, right? Okay, and then he just quickly changed the subject. Will you give me a cup of tea? Right, so maybe the prince himself
The prince and Anna the same, right?
kind of changed topic, right? Okay, anyway, it's just, in a moment, apropos, she added, becoming calm again. I'm expecting two very interesting men tonight. Le Vicomte de Mortemart, who is connected with the Montmorencys through the Rohans, one of the best French families. He is one of the genuine émigrés, the good ones, and also the Abbé Mouriot. Do you know that profound thinker? He has been received by the emperor. Have you heard? Okay, so basically not much here. So I'm not sure what it means by apropos. I think it means later. Yeah, in a moment, apropos, in a second maybe, or maybe it could be. It's kind of like a French saying, but I'll take a look at what that means. But it says in a moment because it asked for tea, right? And then she added becoming calm again. So now she became calm.
Yeah, she became calm again.
She says, I'm expecting two very interesting men tonight. So two men is Le Vicomte de Montemart, who is connected with the Montmorency through Rohans. Who cares? That's a connection of these guys through here, through here, through. This guy, Vicomte, is connected with the Montmorencys.
Connect means he know him?
Has some relationship. with this guy through this guy. So meaning that
three
Vicomte,
guys.
yes, Vicomte is connected to this guy through this people.
Oh.
Right? Okay.
Through these people.
Yes. So there's three people involved.
Because of Rohan.
This, then
and
these
he
two are
know
connected.
him.
Yes. One of the best. So basically, they were.
One is who?
Yeah.
Rohan?
So. Yes, it could be Rohan's or could be Montmorency's. It's not clear. It says that one of these is the best French families. Probably this one, Rohan's, right?
One of the best French families.
Yeah, right. Well, so there's French families living in Russia. Think about that way. Okay?
What French
Families? There are
living-
French people living in Russia too, right?
Oh.
And this guy's coming to the party, right? So I assume that this guy's French too, the Vicomte de Montemart. So he's saying that he is one of the genuine means real, emigres. So probably I talk about the Vicomte, right? And immigré means immigrant. Right? So
okay.
he immigrated from where? From France,
France.
to Russia, right? The good ones. Okay, so he's not. So who's a bad one then?
The good ones. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, he's French, and he's one of the good ones. So maybe my question is, who is a bad one? Who is a bad French person?
Napoleon.
Exactly. So that's the saying. Well, she's saying a lot of bad things about bad, French kind of Napoleon. Now he says, here's a good French person. And also the Abbé Morio. Abbé is kind of like a religious person. Like I think it means yeah. And I think this is French again, but this last name sounds Italian. So again, some kind of religious person. But she's saying that he is a very profound thinker. He thinks a lot. And
Yes.
or deeply. He thinks deeply, profound. Yeah.
Profound, deeply.
Yeah. And he has been received by the emperor. So he actually knows the emperor too. The emperor received him, saw him already. Have you heard?
Receive means heard.
Receive means receive an audience. Normally when you see the king, you need to have some kind of special meeting, right, before you can see the king. So that's what the received means. He has been received by the emperor means that he was presented to the king, and maybe was able to meet with the king.
Emperor means king, ma.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the princess, I shall be delighted to meet them, said the prince. But tell me, he added with a studied carelessness, as if it had only just occurred to him, though the question he was about to ask was the chief motive of his visit. So it's a very great... let me finish this and we'll talk about it. Is it true that the Dowager Empress wants Baron Funk to be appointed his first secretary at Vienna? The Baron, by all accounts, is a poor creature. Okay, so first he says, I'm delighted, right, to meet these two people. She said two very interesting people. One is a Vicomte and the other is Abbé.
Yes.
But tell me, he added with a studied carelessness. So this is very interesting.
Studied carelessness.
Carelessness, you know what it means?
Not careful.
Yes. Studied means what?
Very, very, very careful.
Right. So he is on purpose trying to sound very not careful. Okay. So he's trying to do very studied carelessness. It's kind of like I want to act like I'm careless.
He want to act.
Right.
He is carelessness.
Correct. So suppose it's kind of like this. So suppose I know the answer to a question, right? I'm a student, and the teacher says, "Does anybody?" Okay. So the teacher asks, "Does anybody know the solution?" Right? Maybe the teacher asks on the problem, and then the student who knows the answer says, "I think I know." Right, so, and then try to sort of appear that he doesn't really know the answer, but try to answer right. So it's kind of this kind of idea.
Okay.
So he's trying to show himself to be careless, but he's actually very careful. So he's actually very carefully trying to show that he's careless.
So
right?
So which sentence he used the careless? I shall be delighted.
No, this is I shall be delighted to meet them. That's whatever. But tell me.
Oh, these three words.
Yeah. Well, but tell me. is it true that the Dowager Empress wants Baron Funk? So he's trying to ask a question, right? Is it true? Actually, we can analyze this. So we'll come back to this.
Okay.
He's like, is it true that the Dowager Empress, and that could be the Russian Empress, I don't know, wants Baron, and I don't know who this Dowager Empress is. We can look it up, who it is. Wants Baron Funk, somebody, to be appointed first secretary at Vienna. So the Baron, by all accounts, is a poor creature. So he's trying to say this person,
Which
right?
person?
This Baron Funk, right? This person is a very poor creature. The Baron, by all accounts, is a poor creature, meaning that he doesn't think very highly of this count, or Baron, right? Baron Funk. So he's asking Anna, do you think the Empress wants this guy to be appointed the secretary at Vienna? So some position. This is some position, okay? Vienna is in Austria, okay? Do you understand? Okay, let's go very slowly. So he's trying to ask a question. You know that.
Yeah.
What kind of question is he asking? Don't read. Just try to think of what I said. What kind of question is he trying to ask?
I don't know.
He's trying to ask whether the Empress appointed someone to a position.
What would this related to the Anna said?
Don't worry. Don't worry about that right now, please. Okay, I'm just asking you about what is it trying to what question is Prince trying to ask?
I don't know.
Okay, he's asking whether
He was about to ask what's the chief motive of his visit.
Again, I ask you not to look at this for now. Don't look at any of this. Okay, I said I'll come back to this.
Okay.
I'm asking you to concentrate on what I asked you now. What question is a prince asking?
Is it true that this person want that person to be appointed first secretary at?
Correct. What is the question?
Is the person be appointed first
Okay, what does appointed mean?
received?
No. Appoint means
Mentioned?
closer, yes. Given a position.
Give a position?
Give somebody a position. Appoint. I'm going to give somebody a position as first secretary at Vienna. Okay, so
First secretary?
it doesn't matter. It's a position. Secretary is like a secretary, like it could be like in the United States. You have a secretary of war, secretary of state, whatever. Right? It's a different. It's a government position,
Okay.
but a high one because it's first secretary.
Oh.
At Vienna, Vienna is a capital of Austria, right? I think
Vienna is capital
Austria.
Austria. Oh, I don't know.
So anyway, so this is an important position. Okay.
Okay.
So he's asking, is it true that the Dowager wants
The
this
Empress
guy
want this guy
to be
the first secretary?
yes, given this position as first, right?
Yes.
And then what he adds later, the Baron,
The Baron?
forget about Biocots, is a poor creature.
Oh.
So what does he think about the Baron?
Baron is not
Not a good
Not
person.
good person.
So do you think he knows whether the Dowager Princess wants to appoint Baron or not? Does he know whether the Dowager Princess wants to appoint or not?
maybe he already know.
Yes, he probably knows already that the Empress wants to appoint this guy as first secretary.
Yeah.
And he's giving his opinion right here.
Yeah. His opinion is
No, he should not appoint because he doesn't, either he doesn't like this guy, we do not know why he's asking this, but he definitely does not want to appoint this guy, right?
Yes.
Now we can go back. So we know this is probably not a real question, like is it true? He probably knows that the Empress is going to appoint this person. And then now we go back to this. So he's asking this question with a very carelessness, as if he didn't care about it. Now, let me ask you, do you think he cares about this question or not? So he's trying to be careless, meaning like, just kind of like information. Do you think it's true? Like this is happening, right? So he says he's very careless, right?
I think it's care.
Yes, he cares a lot, right? That's why he's trying to appear to be careless.
Oh.
Because now we know here actually says as if it had only just occurred to him. Like, how does he appear careless? As if it just occurred to him. That's how he appears to be careless. He's like, I've been thinking, is it true? Kind of like, just like he wasn't thinking very deeply about this, right? But the fact is that he was actually preparing his whole reason to visit Anna is to ask this question, right? That was his main reason to visit, is to ask this question.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, as if he had only just
occurred to him. That means he just came out of his mind. It wasn't on his mind. He just came out of his mind.
Oh.
Kind of like just like sometimes we ask question, like.
So means but. However.
Yes.
The question, which question is true that blah blah blah.
Though the question is it true, right?
Though the question he was about to ask was the chief motive
of his visit.
What question?
Is it true? Yeah.
So he knows it's true or not, right?
I think it's true. I think he knows it's true.
But if he knows why his chief motive of his visit is ask this question, will he know the answer? Right?
No, I would think his main motive is to say the Baron should not be given this position. That's his main motive. Maybe he thinks that Anna can tell the empress not to appoint this guy.
So far, the emperor didn't appoint this guy become first.
I think it's already decided to put this guy there, but maybe not. This guy has not gone there yet, or whatever. There's still some time. Then he's maybe trying to capture.
So my question is, this guy. So this
Baron
guy,
Funk.
Baron Funk is who?
Doesn't matter.
They didn't mention
We do not.
In the
does not matter. All we know is that this is why the prince is there. The prince is interested in.
I shall be delighted to meet them.
No, he's just trying to move, right? Because Anna was talking about
there's two people.
Right. He asked for tea. Remember first. And then they said, just a moment. I just remember that I'm going to be two people coming in. Have you heard about them? And this is no. Have you heard? Yeah. I would like to meet them. And by the way, did you hear about this guy, Baron Funk? Kind of like that. Because she's talking about two people. It says, by the way, did you hear about this guy, Baron Funk? Is the princess going to appoint him? I think he's not a good choice. That's what he's saying. Right? Now we're going to go a little bit more. Prince Vasily wished to obtain this post for his son. But others were trying through the Dowager Empress Maria Ferodovna to secure it for the Baron. Now we know. The prince wants this position for secretary for his son. He wants to give it to his son. But there are other people who were trying through the Dowager Empress Maria, so it's a Russian empress. And we know that this is Anna's friend, to get this position for the Baron. So some people are trying to get that position for the Baron.
To secure it?
Yeah, secure means to make sure. Secure it for the Baron.
So the empress name is Maria
Fedorovna. We know that.
Empress.
Because we know Anna was a maid of honor, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so now we know why Prince came. Prince is trying to get the position for his son, right? And because I think the Empress knows Anna,
yes,
he's trying to influence Anna, right? Tell the Baron is not a very good choice.
Okay.
And then we'll go here. Anna Pavlovna almost closed her eyes. She closed her eyes to indicate that neither she nor anyone else had a right to criticize what the Empress desired or was pleased with. So she, So when the prince says a baron is not a good choice, because we know that the empress maybe already decided the baron, Anna closed her eyes.
And
to mean what? Because she didn't want people to criticize the emperor's decision. Okay.
So that neither
she nor anyone else
had a right
to criticize.
It means nobody can criticize
Yes.
what the empress
Desired
or
was pleased with.
the emperor was pleased with.
No. What the empress desired or was pleased with.
What the empress desired or what the emperor was pleased with.
Yes, correct.
So what emperor was pleased with means what the emperor
decided on, which was, in this case, a decision, not about pleased with. The decision is like the empress decided to put this baron as in the position.
So what's the difference between this decide on was pleased with?
Pleased with is just what she likes, right?
So decide
is make a decision.
Decision.
Yeah.
Oh, so his decision, or he wants somebody. He was pleased with somebody. Nobody can criticize.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
And then let's see how she answers. Okay. Baron Funk has been recommended to the Dowager Empress by her sister, was all she said, in a dry and mournful tone. So basically said that the Baron was already recommended to the Empress by her sister. Yeah.
Was all she said in a dry and...
Yeah, dry and mournful. So she's trying... Mournful means like kind of up, there's not much hope. Okay, you don't have to think too much. Because Baron Funk has already been recommended to the Empress by her sister, right?
So was all she said means she just...
She just tried to cut short the prince, because the prince probably want to say more about the Baron. Yeah. And then she said...
this is only I can...
She's not going to do anything, number one. She didn't say that. She just closed her eyes to show that, I don't think so. Right? Just close her eyes. Don't think so. And basically, Baron already being recommended to the Empress.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Right. So if you go back, this is very interesting. Now you learn about this studied carelessness, right?
Yeah, studied carelessness.
So he's not trying to make a big issue here. He's trying very hard to not make a big issue, hoping that whatever his opinion, because if he went and told Anna, I am looking for a position for my son. I don't, can you help me, whatever. He's not doing it that way. He's just trying to influence Anna about this guy. I don't think he's a very good guy. Right?
So you know why?
Because he wants to give this position to his son. He wants this position. Yeah.
I think if I were him, so Anna is my best friend.
Yes.
I will just go to the topic.
But I would argue that Anna is a very good friend of the Empress, right? And maybe the prince already knows Anna does not want to say bad things about the Empress, right? So he's just trying to
try a little bit.
Try a little bit.
And see what Anna's response.
Correct. And now we know Aaron's response is, I'm sorry, but it's been recommended already.
And
it's done, right? Maybe, right? And we can stop today. Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you guys next time.